It's time to make some jalapeno candy. I know, sounds crazy, but it's absolutely delicious. Let's go ahead and get started over here. The first time we had this, we had bought a jar of it at one of the little stores that sells like all kinds of different types of cheeses. We were like, it was kind of like a gag, you know, let's try this. Once we started eating them, we put them on absolutely everything. So let's go ahead and make our very own version. We're going to start off within a pot. We're going to place 2 cups of sugar, 2/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1/4 a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, or a little bit more. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of celery seed. We're going to stick this on the stove and we're going to bring it to a boil. Once we get it to a boil, we're then going to simmer it for 5 minutes. So we're going to get that started over there. Over here, we've got 1 pound of jalapeños. The jalapeños have been washed. And all we're going to do is cut these into 1/4-inch slices. Alright, we've got almost all of our jalapenos sliced. We're doing it kind of thinly. If you want, you can take out some of the seeds, the ones that's got a lot of seeds in them. Like if you look, some of these are kind of normal, but then other ones have just filled with seeds. You can take some of those out. Now, I want to remind you, as a word of warning, when dealing with jalapenos and seeds, you can burn your hands. So if you are using your hands, make sure you wash them afterwards and do not touch your eyes or any other part of your body because you will be paying for it later with a lot of pain. Done that before. That's how I know. All right, and we're just waiting for our sugar's beginning to melt over here. So we're just going to wait for that to come to a boil. And then once it comes to that slight boil, we're going to reduce it to a simmer. Yay, it's got to a boil. We're going to reduce that. We're going to simmer it for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. We're now going to take all of our jalapenos. Very carefully. Put them in our sauce. I have stirred this just from time to time. Being very careful. I'm not putting any of the extra seeds in there that's fallen out. What we're going to do is we're going to put these jalapenos in there. We're going to cook them for another 5 minutes, but we want to bring it to a boil first. So we're going to bring this to a boil. Yep, bring that to a boil, and then we're going to simmer for 5 minutes after it comes to a boil. We have come to a boil here. We're going to reduce the heat on that again, and we're going to put it and let it simmer for another 5 minutes. All right, it's simmered for 5 minutes, and we're going to turn that off. When you take a look there, you got quite a bit of juice. As the jalapenos cook down, it's released quite a bit of water, and also it's become much more clear in color. And the jalapenos have become much darker green. We're just going to take a spoon here, a container here, take these jalapenos. We're going to put these in some little mason jars. Put our jalapenos in first. Now these will store in the refrigerator like this for up to 3 months as long as you have a lid on it. So we're just going to pour those in there. This is going to be hot, so make sure you don't burn yourself.
Maybe all right. 1/4 inch at the top.
Yep, 1/4 inch at the top.
Wipe off the top.
No, let's set this off to the side. All right. Put a lid on it. That cool, and there we got it. We got candied jalapeños, or as some call it, cowboy candy. And remember, if you haven't made a mess, then you're not really cooking.